Russian court orders arrest of Yulia Navalnaya in absentia. Yulia Navalnaya, widow of late Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny, waited to vote at the Russian embassy in Russian elections on March 17, 2024 in Berlin, Germany. CNN, a court in Moscow has ordered Yulia Navalnaya, a wife of late Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny, to be arrested in absentia, her spokesperson said Tuesday. The Basmany District Court in Moscow accused Navalnaya, who now lives outside Russia, of participation in the extremist organization, her spokesperson, Kira Yaremish, said in a post on social media. She has also been added to the international wanted list, according to Russian state news agency RIA Novosti. In addition, the court granted the request by the investigative committee of the Russian Federation to detain Navalnaya. The period of detention would be calculated from the moment of possible extradition to Russian territory, or from her detention on Russian territory. According to a press release, Navalnaya does not live in Russia. Alexei Navalny died on February 16 in the Feno colony in Siberia, where he was serving a 19-year sentence after being found guilty of creating an extremist community, financing extremist activists, and various other crimes in August. He was already serving sentences of 11 and a half years in the maximum security facility on fraud and other charges he had always denied it and claimed were politically motivated. Navalny was Russia's highest-profile opposition leader and spent years criticizing Putin, who has been in power for nearly a quarter of the century. Great personal risk. His death came weeks before the country's presidential elections scheduled to begin nationwide on March 15, which is widely seen by the international community as a little more than a formality that will secure Putin a fifth term in power. Putin is the murderer. Navalny's death was met with grief and anger across the world, as well as inside Russia, where the smallest act of political dissent carry huge risk. He returned to Russia in 2021 from Germany, where he had been treated after being poisoned with Novichok, a Soviet-era nerve agent. On arrival, Navalny was swiftly arrested on charges he dismissed as politically motivated, and spent the rest of his life in prison. His wife, Yulia Navalnaya, accused Russian President Vladimir Putin in February of being responsible for his death, and indicated he would pick up her husband's mantle for a happy, beautiful Russia. Yulia Navalnaya, right, at least in public, has often left off the hardship that her husband left has brought on the family through his battle with the Russian state. Navalnaya posted an 8-minute video on her death husband social media outlet saying Putin killed the father of my children. Putin took away the most precious thing that was my closest and most beloved person. She said the Russian authorities were hiding Navalny's body in the attempt to disguise a cause of his death, lying pathetically and waiting for traces of another Putin's Novichok to disappear. Kremlin rejected any allegations of involvement in Navalny's death. Reacting to the court decision on Tuesday, Navalnaya reiterated claims of Putin's involvement in the death of her husband. His place is in prison and not somewhere in the Hague, in cozy cell with a TV, but in Russia. in the same colony and the same 2 by 3 meter cell in which he killed Alexei, she said in a social media post. Won't there be the usual procedure, a foreign agent, that the opening of the criminal case, then an arrest? When you write about this, please do not forget to write the main thing. Vladimir Putin is a murderer and a war criminal. CNN's Anna Chernova, Nathan Hogg, Sahar Akbarzai, and Jack Guy contributed to this story. This is the developing story and will be updated.